cows, two of them cows. Okay. Yeah. So
another loss of life. Sometimes when just a single farm just loses two animals, even not two animals, more than two animals, it is something that has to bring a lot of conscience to that background. What made this kind of a person to lose these all animals? First thing that I'm going to talk about is all about ignorance. And another thing that I will just going to talk about, sometimes this kind of, because we heard Lady J himself talking about when he was in his father's compound, was just said that they have just lost two animals at the same week. And we saw Condad was just making a very big hole. And this kind of the thing just brought a lot of conscience to most of the people. They were just wondering what has happened to the Condad until he made a very big hole. What is really happening to that all? Is it that Condad has lost some of the animals? And for sure, and 100% is that it is true, Condad lost two animals over the same week. It was just the matter of time. One animal died today and other animal died the next day. But actually, this thing brings a lot of conscience to most of the people. What's really happening to one person? Just after very few months when a very few months, we talk about his son, that is Swampkin himself also. He lost another of one of the horses, and he lost his horse. It has not passed a long time until now. Right now, again, there's another loss of the animals from the Condad. And why am I talking about ignorance that has made this kind of the animal to be lost in the village? Ignorance is that there was a vaccine that was being announced by the government, that was being passed over, that was supposed to prevent this kind of animal diseases. And most of the villagers, they were being told to bring the animals for vaccination program that was being carried out. And also Lumumba was among the people that was carrying out this vaccination program. But that's kind of the family that was just to prevent this kind of foot and mouth that Lady J just spoke it himself. But according to the real factor, according to the final, you cannot just say that now you want to call a veterinarian just to come around, just to help you cure the animal at the last minute. You know, something cannot start getting sick today, then you just get ignorance on the issues that you send. What I've been hearing about is just the usual send manager of the Swampkin go to this kind of the shop, purchase this kind of the medicine, then they inject themselves. After now they see this type of the things now is getting in a critical condition. That's why that's now the time that now they realize that they have to run for a qualified veterinary. And even they don't run for qualified veterinary because they know very well that qualified veterinary always they're a bit expensive. So what it is there, they run for the cheaper veterinary that they know automatically when they come and handle this kind of the issues. But what are the results? They end up losing this kind of the animals, but they don't understand. We get to understand that Condad has one of the person that he has been using him like a wheelbarrow. And when I talk about the wheelbarrow, you people going to understand, you know, even if you are an employer and you have an employee, so there's that communication channel that actually you need to have to this your employee, so that even if at all there is something that is really happening, there is something that is coming out, he might not be fearing of going and talking to that, oh, I've just noticed there's a certain character that is developing in one of the animals that has to be taken an action on immediate effect. But when somebody sees somebody like, no, this kind of the person, when I go and tell him, he might be, maybe he might be beating me up, or he might be doing something wrong. All of us have been knowing that sometimes right now, Condad just working conman is a little bit getting harder, because right now things are not working the way it was working. And the other day when he attacked conman, we saw how he was being done. Even I don't know if his one testicle is working just okay, because he was being done what it was done to him. So sometimes right now when there's a little bit of misunderstanding among these two individuals, and now those all what can I tell, what can I speak, what can I put this kind of, now when they have two differences, those their differences he usually takes to this kind of the person that is working there, and usually take him like a wheelbarrow. And this kind of the individual, he has no second option. Actually, he does not have a second option, because he really thinks, even if he go, where will he go? Where will he go? You know, when somebody is being now told, you know, a cow is not as a very something very small. Just to bury a cow, just one individual being told that to make a hole that will bury a cow, is that now is trying to use this kind of the individual like a machine. And the real factor and the real truth and the fact of the thing is still a human being. Now, as time goes by, getting himself, the individual, he cannot tell him everything. Now, even if there's a little bit of differences between the conman and whichever, you shall take this kind of the issue back to the to this individual that is working there, of which is not supposed to be like there. If you have an employee, you have to find a way of just knowing how can I handle to him. Back to this kind of the session. Today's video going to be fantastic and amazing. If whichever the sitting position you have, just make sure that you grab it, and if you have a little bit of water, even if you have a little bit of porridge, even if you have a little bit of peanuts and whichever, make sure that you have it just next to you, as you are just going to listen to this fantastic, and we are just going here just to break the news that most of the people does not understand what's really popping out at this, and what's really happening on the village. You know, most of the people that are just wondering, oh, what is really going on, oh, what is really coming a point, but they don't understand at this moment of speaking. Me agogodana, me ayagodana, me ayagodana, me ayagodana. Yeah, just keep tuned as we just continue at this fantastic, amazing. If at all the first time you're coming across my YouTube channel, consider to subscribe, like the video, always turn on notification. I really appreciate for the new subscriber that have just tuned in to make sure that let's move together like a team, and because this is a platform whereby we share ideas with different people from different continents, get to understand that we share from different countries, and we now embarking in one family. We really appreciate. And if you are at all you have not subscribed and you are just planning to subscribe to this kind of the amazing YouTube channel, consider to subscribe, like the video, always turn on notification. Today is on our platform today we are just going to have this a character that are just popping in that we are just going to just analyze. First one is just coming to our table today is all about the Condad, and the second person that is just coming to our table today is Prince Odinga. And the third person that is just coming to our table today is the breakage of this kind of the two families now that they break it up. And most of the people, they're wondering, what's really happening? What made this kind of the people to break out? And the most of the secret, they were never revealed. And that's the truth. That's the truth, and that's the fact. It was never revealed. But you are just here embarking to reveal what's really happening, because we are just a pure reaction video. When it means as reaction video, it means a reaction video. Nothing like, oh. Now, embarking to the serious business, let me not go here and here. Embarking to the serious business of the day. Yesterday, we managed, there was one of the individual that was just arrested from the village, and he was taken to Sibania police station. And we went there to check upon this kind of a person that maybe I will be revealing at the end of the video, but not now. And at this kind of the individual, when he was being arrested, then we managed to get this kind of the chance to ask the police officer, because we asked him that there's one of the individual that was being caught and was being brought to this Sibania police station with equipment of electricity. But the police officer said, when? And we say that it was a little bit of 1 week, and the police officer said no. How can we stay with an individual in this custody for a period of 1 week, giving him what? And despite that, we might be not protecting his right, and the individual is supposed to be taken to the court. Then we asked him this kind of a question. We heard that when he came here, he was being deported to Migori police station. Then this police officer told us, still, it is a no. And when we asked him, and then he said, how do you think this kind of the thing might be true, that somebody is being arrested, taken to Migori police station, and Migori police station is not just a station, it is a prison. It simply means this kind of the person went first to the court. After being taken to the court, now is being taken to the now being taken to Migori police station. Then we really asked him a little bit of conversation. We had 1 or 3 conversation and asked him, is it possible when somebody is being taken to Migori police station, then is being asked a cash bill of 100,000? This individual, this police station, these police officers told us it is still no. Then I was really cautious about that. He told us if somebody has been taken to the court, it is in the court that this individual is supposed to return back to the court. Then if it is cash bill, is not supposed to be taken to the prison of Migori. If somebody has just get out, even if is for example, is being given a cash bill of a little bit of cash, that this is the amount of money that you're supposed to get, now is being released from that particular place, then to just make this particular case outside. Then this thing just brought to our conscience and just realized that this is all about a scamming place. It is all about scamming zone that this kind of the individual they are really practicing. But sometimes I wonder why this individual, okay, there's one of the individual one day told me this kind of the thing and said that to me, look as the traveler, if you have caught a thief and this individual is a thief, and another thief is just around there, then the mob justice want to analyze this individual that is a thief. If you see that individual trying to analyze this kind of the person very fast, that individual is a thief. And I just come to concur with this kind of the issue and say that is true, because that individual even does not want somebody to explain himself, because he feels like, oh, if this kind of the person might be explaining himself, he might also make me to be done that thing. Then I came to my conscience, this individual that has been criticizing, talking about, oh, somebody is coming, somebody has done this and this, somebody has practiced this and this, and the same individual are the one that now they are practicing a straight scamming zone. And my point is not all about the scamming, because I know most of the subscribers just understand this individual. Even there's a time that there was a big fake news that the wife has died. And when this fake news that propped out, and even the wife just moved from that individual and moved and rented somewhere in town, in a nearby town, and said that if you have been married to somebody, as is faking your life, talking about, oh, my wife has just passed away, and he was being generated a little bit of cash, because I get to understand most of us that they are watching us here, they are mothers, and we just understand what it means by motherly life. We just understand what it means by motherly life. When somebody has this kind of the issues, he takes it. Now he prays but that one is not all about the platform. What really, that is not all about my problem. My problem comes in this way. You are a scammer. You want now to join entire of your group to be scamming zone. And now when individuals comes in and start now reacting to the entire of the family, you see now the grudge starts from there. Oh, you could be reacting to me. Why did you go to react to this individual? Why did you react to my sister? Why did you react to... Who brought this kind of the people to the board? Who brought this kind of the people to the board? You are the person who brought this individual to the board. And that's the reacting. If you are teaching them how to do those kind of the thing. Then I came to wonder, why did the village echo just enter to this kind of the scamming? Then I came to realize this was just a prank game, and a very fantastic prank game. You know, sometimes you might be playing a game, then you tell your colleague that oh, when you play this kind of the game, I might kushikia you, and that's the reality, and that's the fact. Let me try to check out my camera if just my camera is cameraing or it is just fantastic. I get to understand that the camera is just fantastic, guys. And over here, I'm making sure that my video does not shake. We have to analyze this kind of the issues. I'm just coming live and clear from this platform here, and when you see my background here from this kind of the house, just to make sure that we make it to happen. And today here I'm just here just to pull get to understand there's somebody inside the borehole just to make sure that we get the initial water. You know, back here in Africa, you might be getting water, but that is you get your borehole dries very fast. So we are just over here with one of the individual inside talk about the husband to Isabella that is just inside there just to make sure that everything is popping out, and I being a member, I being one of them, just to make sure that I pull. So we are two at this particular place to make sure that everything is happening. I'm pulling. You know, sometimes when I walk outside there, people think that, oh, Lucas the Traveler only does this and this and this. My friend, you are totally wrong. Lucas the Traveler does not select work. At the end of the day, what brings me to my conscience is that at the end of the day, I might be getting something to generate home. Even if it is $10, it's better than when I stay without. So I'm the one who pulls that that a little bit of stones that he makes. Let me take you there so that you're going to see what's really popping out, to make sure that before we come back, so make sure that you watch this kind of the video until the last. We're going to even talk what made this kind of the individual be arrested yesterday and he was taken to the custody, and what's really happening until he was being released. So keep it tuned as we just go to continue. Yes, bro, how are things inside there? Somebody is just inside there. Us? Okay, actually, guys, he wants me to give him this thing here so that he might be putting for me this kind of the stones so that I pull them out. And because I'm the person who pulls them out, so I'm just here just to give him this one. You can hear the sound that is just making it there, and then I pull it out, and so that everything going to happen at this particular point of speaking. You know, sometimes we have to make sure that we have to pop, and we have to make sure that everything runs in. I get to understand yesterday just the rain started raining, and not yesterday, this week the rain has been raining at least, and most of the individuals that just at the farm just try to make sure that everything is working, everything is popping coming up softly and nicely. I think if the rain rains today and tomorrow, I will be going to my construction site to make sure that at least we're going to harvest sand. We're going to harvest sand. Sometimes there's those a little bit of things that we have to save, not that everything has to be purchased. And a little bit we're going to purchase sand, and we bring them up to our site, and as we continue step by step to make sure that we have to make it happen. For those people that talk that oh, what we are still moving on with our construction site, only that most of the times you get we are working so hard and tirelessly, and sometimes I don't get time to go there. Get late. Yesterday I was to go there and check out, but the rain started very early, and it never found me around. We were working somewhere with Lumumba, and we came very late. And that late, when you come, you think only making a little bit of food, taking shower, and going to sleep. But that is all about that. And I think even my father personally, he called me yesterday and told me that he has a very big land to plant maize. I should be part of him so that he give me a little bit of a piece, whereby also I going to plant maize. You know, guys, sometimes I usually tell people, when there's a war that is beating you, just stay calm. And when the things will become to be realized how things are working, and telling you even that the individual that was against you will come back to you. I can call very well for those people who watched my previous video. They can just say there's a time that a little bit there was a total difference. People, they were just beating me up and down, what and what, and I just take it positively. I never took it negatively. And I'm telling you right now, when I go back home, everybody is like, oh, Lucas is just around, Lucas is just around everything. Even when The other day my father was sick. He was being admitted in one of the hospital. I was among the first person to make sure that he gets the best medic, and that one shows him that this kind of the individual is just this kind of the individual is not a bad, only this kind of the people, they were just trying to make this and this. You know, sometimes when you are being beaten and you know very well that only in Kenya whereby you get an individual just tying a radio in his motorbike then riding, sometimes I usually ask myself, what about when the noise is too high and you cause the accident? What will really happen? You know, this individual, that made me to just to shut the video as he moves about, because when you start talking to people, you don't know the mood that they wake up with it. And I'm going, oh, you get the differences of which we don't want troubles. We're here to make it happen, not a lot of troubles. I was just talking that way. That is what about that when you stay with your people focused. And right now, through the focusedness that I had, if I could be lazy, I 100% sure nobody could be, the respect could not be there. But when they see I'm usually working very hard, make sure that I have to make it happen, and at the end of the day, when I go home, I don't go black-handed, and they see my things are running up very smoothly. So I've just created that respect that I had. Even the other day, when my father just came out from the hospital, he told me there's still a land at my home there. At first, I was being given a land at Isbana, whereby I've started constructing, and still also I've been given another land at my home there. He told me, you're going to construct your house here and there. That one might be the project, and either side, either way you like. And I was saying, okay, fantastic. And I say that if you are doing positive, all things that happen, I just to evacuate myself, work on myself, never bothered with the people, and everything now they are moving up smoothly. And that's the point blank about that, and that's the truth. All about what I've just realized in these days is all about working hard. Coming back to this particular session is that we are still on, now we are embarking, we are just waiting for the rain to come in to make sure that now we have to continue with our construction site back to Hispania, and we are here to make it happen. So guys, back to there, you can support this YouTube channel by watching the video until the last, and also you can just join up the membership. I really appreciate that's the best way that you have to give the Lucas the Traveler the support, because join the membership. Even if you join with $1, actually that $1 can help me somewhere, because $10, $1 can help me, even one bag of cement, even a little bit of things. At the end of the day, we make it happen, and I really appreciate much of the people, and even through watching, even if you have just watched, that's the biggest support that you have helped me, because at the end of the day, at the end of the month, I will be getting something to help me to generate that construction site. And also right now is planting season, and I have to plant, because when people are harvesting, even I individually have to say that, okay, even me, I have to harvest, and that is the truth and the real factor. So I think I'll be heading to my father maybe tomorrow to show me where should I plant a little bit of maize, because he told me that he has a good fertile land that he has to cut for me, just to cut for me, not that it should give me now to be permanently mine, but just I to plant a little bit of maize. So I'll be heading there maybe tomorrow, so that he shows me, and after he shows me, I'll be planning how to plant a little bit of maize, because this cash of buying maize to my daughter and me personally, I should be using this kind of the money to do something else, because time is moving. Time is not in our side, and even the age is moving. Today is not today, and tomorrow, I don't know what will happen about tomorrow. So guys, keep it tuned, keep it locked, as we just make sure that at the end of the day, we have to make it happen. I really appreciate much of the people that we have to make it happening. Goodbye, and let's meet to the next video.